Hello, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I am so sorry. I just want to apologize first off because I am 34 minutes later than I normally am on Thursdays. Now with COVID being um, or people being a little bit more comfortable with the current state of the COVID spread and everything like that. I've been a little bit more in person places, so I apologize. And I got stuck in some traffic finishing up a project and trying to run here. Okay, so let's get settled and go ahead and jump in. Let me share my screen because today we're going to be talking about 2022 email marketing trends. So, email marketing is one of my most favorite, if not my favorite. I think thank you notes might be my favorite marketing tactics to use in your plan. So, when you're working on your marketing plans and engaging and trying to grow your business, email marketing is my number one most favorite tool. Again, just right after thank you notes. So mass marketing tool for sure. So let me share my screen here. Okay, so let's go ahead and just jump right in here. So the largest trend for 2022 was actually set in 2020. People have been pivoting since the start of COVID to a digital first marketing strategy. Those that have been willing to pivot have been able to survive and even thrive. And that is going to continue throughout 2022. We're almost through the entire first quarter. And I will say that my clients that are doing email marketing and more digital, or I should say, embracing digital marketing, those are the ones that are succeeding. Here, I'll come back because I really want you to think about this. It's not just about doing email marketing or doing digital tactics. You have to embrace it. You have to embrace what you're doing. I was actually talking to somebody. So, this is an industry where a lot of people do seminars. And I was talking to a prospective vendor for one of my clients. And I said, "So, how are you seeing turnout for webinars and things like that?" And he's like, it's almost the same as in person. And I said, well, how are people converting those leads? So people are coming to the seminars or coming to the webinars. How is that conversion working? Is it better than seminars? Is it worse than seminars? And he said, it depends on the person. And he said, some people were finding more success with webinars than they ever did with in-person seminars. And the thing to note about that I really want to stress is that the people that were finding success with the in-person seminars, or I should say with the webinars, embraced that technology. There's some that said they're never going back to in-person seminars. And then there's other ones that couldn't convert anything because they really struggled. And what they would say, and I've heard it from prospects to me and things like that, is they would say something along the lines of, I can't wait to get back into in person. This will just have to do for now because this isn't going to be as good. If you go into any digital tactics with that attitude, I will guarantee it will not work. Okay, so let's go back to. So again, organizations that are pivoting and embracing a digital first marketing strategy, those are the people that are going to survive and thrive. Hey, Angie, thanks so much for tuning in. It's good to see you. Please feel free to drop any questions you might have in the chat. Let me know that you're here, etc. But I definitely want, this is such an important thing that I really want to make sure that you understand what this is. So 90% of marketers say in 2021, they increased digital engagement. This is from Salesforce in their State of Marketing report for 2021. 76% of marketers have embraced email marketing as a key digital channel. This is hugely important. Digital channels have solidified their central role in marketers' toolkits between 2020 and 2021. Social media, digital ads, video. Okay, those are the three most common means of reaching customers. And again, while I'm talking mostly about email, it's still sitting at 76% of use by marketers. Okay. And I'm a certified partner with Constant Contact, but I'll put my referral link in the chat afterwards. But you know, you want something that can support you with video, support you with social media and social media advertising. And again, 76% of customers are expecting consistent interactions. And email is one of the most consistent ways and most efficient ways and effective ways to do that. Now, some other data in the marketing world, again, from the Salesforce State of Marketing, shows that marketing and commerce technology are increasingly connected. Personalized customer engagement, data-driven experiences is gotten super easy, and that's really important. So you want to be pulling in personalization data from all of your different tools and technologies, which is allowing people to boost their efforts. And then with automation, you can actually send personalized, relevant content in a timely manner. And everybody wants instant gratification. So one stat projects that marketing automation platforms use will grow 95% between now and the end of 2023. 95%. That's crazy. So again, when you do personalization and you get customer engagement, you're looking at building customer advocacy, loyalty, and you're going to help businesses build their brands. Okay. So marketers generally expand their focus on two key metrics for 2021: growth and retention. And this is really good and really important. The reason why is because open rates and other things based upon Apple's iOS 15 update, which I've talked about a bunch, and I'll be talking about where that's at, I think later in April. But, again, it's up. Growth and retention is a key metric to focus on, is up over 19% over 2021. And engagement is a metric of success, is increased 23% from the same poll in 2021. So even within 2021, growth and retention are growing as key metrics. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about that. All right, now I mentioned personalization, which is important. So you got to remember, not every person that you're emailing is the same. Not every person in your target audience has the same feelings and interests, right? Instapage says that personalized messages have a return on investment of 122%. That's crazy. That's awesome. That's like printing money, right? So, and then there's National Client Email reports that targeted emails are generating 50% of all revenue. 58, more than half of the revenue. That's just crazy. So I probably don't have to sell you on the fact that personalization is good. But what is good personalization? You have to use their name. That is the minimum. Name in the subject line, name in the body copy. That is the minimum to let them know that you know who they are. And then get segmentation right. So think about your segments. Think about how you're sending to your audience and what are you sending to your audience, because that is huge. Then I want you to think about optimizing your times. Do you have a couple different lists? One thing to think about is most of the finance people that I know are in early in the morning. So getting an email at 8 o'clock in the morning isn't bad because they've probably been there since 7 or 7:30, right? They're definitely there long before 9 a.m. However, I'd never send an email to IT people at 8 or 9 in the morning. That's boot up. That is the biggest point in time for errors or issues in the world of IT. So in IT, I usually send it after lunch. Later in the day is usually a lot better for IT than it is early in the morning. So know your audience. Take a look at when they're opening your emails. If they're not opening them at 9 and 90% of your list is opening it at 3, send the email a little bit before 3, right? Keep it in the inbox where you need it, which is huge and very important. Okay. And then don't be afraid to use dynamic content. A lot of email systems can use, I'm saying, if it's a good email system, you can use dynamic content. Dynamic content means that you've got 2 or 3 different versions of a section of your email that you can switch out to make it relevant. So, something to think about. If I was a clothing store, I could have a section that was targeted towards men, towards women, and towards children. Sorry, I was just making sure that my assistant wasn't texting me that she couldn't hear me or something. Um, with dynamic content, um, I could have an article for men's clothing, women's clothing, and kids' clothing, right? And then I could know based upon what my clients do or what they've past ordered, what dynamic content they should get. Should they get the women's highlight or the men's highlight or the kids' highlight? And then dynamically change based upon some group code that I could do, or I could gender divide it. Whatever I need to do to make sure that that dynamic content relates. So just something to think about. Another way you could do it is if you have a rewards club, like say that you're a bike shop and in the bike shop you have a loyalty group. Well, based upon whether or not they're a member of that loyalty group, you could actually dynamically content and use dynamic content and add a loyalty block for people that are a member and then a join your loyalty club or whatever it happens to be for the people that are not members. And then just keep that up to date. And then think about matching frequency to engagement. So I've been sending emails a little bit more often lately and watching engagement. And my engagement is going up a little bit. So more frequent emails, probably because I'm sending more different, several different topics. And so more of those different content topics are relating to different people. And so different people are opening those different emails. And so, but if frequency is like someone's interacting once every 2 months, maybe you take them down to a monthly email newsletter. Think about, again, your engagement and how people are engaging with you and adjust your frequency accordingly. And then make sure you connect with them. Use more dynamic content just beyond the block and fill in with their last purchase. For nonprofits I work with, we're always using dynamic content for their last gift of X dollars and on this date, and thank you so much, and here's what the impact you had, and those types of things. So good personalization. So personalization is good, and good personalization takes some thought. So make sure that you take some thought, but at least start with names, okay? All right. Second big trend in email marketing right now is customer appreciation. Make sure that you are celebrating with your customers and thanking them. That's really, really important. According to Experian, birthday emails are capable of generating 342% more revenue than regular promotional email. 342% for saying happy birthday and potentially here's a coupon. Again, my birthday is later this month and I am going out and I got a free lunch. And so my husband and I are going out to eat for that free lunch. And we will definitely more than pay for that free lunch for sure, with our loyalty. So something to think about. Anniversary emails, exclusive offers, early access to people just on your email list, thank you emails. All of these are fantastic. Again, highly personalized, but they let you celebrate and thank your followers. Okay. Now, according to Wolfgang Digital's KPI report, so key performance indicators, mobile browsing has surpassed desktop browsing by almost 20%. Is that crazy? I think it's impressive. Besides, according to Litmus, mobile gets higher open rates than desktop or tablets for emails. So even though 56% of respondents prefer to finalize their purchases through their desktop, the importance of contributing to the mobile experience is growing and undeniable. Okay. And I'm one of those people, like I'll shop on my phone, but I'll check out on my desktop. So something to think about. All right. Now, mobile first design and focus is not easy to do. I am not going to undersell this. I'm not going to make this sound easier than it is. There are two really big things to think about, and that's different email clients and then dark mode. So when it comes to different email clients, I'm talking about Outlook, the mail app inside of Apple, or Google Mail, whatever device people are pulling it up and whatever app they're using to pull up their email is really important to think about. And they all show differently. Now, if you're really, really, really detailed, then you can look at all of them and do tests. Litmus has some inbox preview tests that you can do to check and see how things look. And that's added on to a lot of different email clients, including Constant Contact. But I think it might actually integrate with like MailChimp and stuff too. But just something to think about. And then dark mode. I don't know what you have on your phone, but I have my phone mostly in dark mode. When it's in dark mode, sometimes the logos don't show up right. Sometimes text doesn't come through correctly. So you really got to test your emails when you're thinking about sending them on mobile. I always look on mobile, not just on desktop. The other thing to think about is that I was actually in a meeting on Monday morning at one of my clients, and one of the analysts was, I think he might be associate, had been playing with his computer. And so he's sharing his screen and it's in this dark mode. But it was interesting. So some people are even setting up their desktop and their Microsoft Outlook and Teams and all of that stuff to be in dark mode. So dark mode is getting to be more and more important as we go. Okay. And then finally, automation. Automated emails get 119% higher click rates than just regular broadcast emails. And what you want to do is think about how to integrate your CRM in your sales process. So your CRM should be talking to your email marketing system so that you can send thank yous and receipts. I was just teaching class today and we were talking about the supply chain and how much being aware of your tracking numbers and whether something shipped is so important now that marketers have gotten involved in that part of the process because it's a key part of marketing. And so I want you to think about the business holistically and how you can improve customer experiences with automated emails. And there's so many of them that aren't that hard to set up, but just something to think about. So, on a last question, if anybody's tuned in, or if you're watching the replay, let me know, how are you using email marketing? Are you doing monthly newsletters, weekly emails? Are you doing automated emails for your downloadables? What is it that you're doing that you're seeing success with? Or if you're not seeing success, let us know. Ask a question in the group. I would love to answer them. And you're also welcome to ask them now. But email marketing is so, so, so important. So hello, Lee. Oh, Lee got a new profile picture. I see that. Love the dogs and the girls. It's good to see you. Oh, very good. So Lee's sending 2 times a month emails for a client. Like emails, I've never started sending emails for a client and not had them see immediate results. Immediate results. Okay. That's huge. And mostly it's somebody saying, hey, I saw this in your newsletter, or I got your newsletter. Great job. By the way, I was thinking of this. They wouldn't have sent that by the way email unless they saw your email. It keeps you top of mind. So even if the content wasn't super relevant for them, I mean, it has to be some level of relevant for them. But even if it wasn't exactly what they were looking for, they still thought about you and remembered you and then took action on it. That's the power of email. You keep people top of mind. It's huge. Okay. All right. So don't have much time left because I did start late. So I do apologize. But does anybody have any questions? Usually this group is a little bit like my my university students. So, oh, great question, Lee. Thank you so much. Not sure if you addressed this already, but do you do A/B testing for all your emails? So I do not do A/B testing for all of my emails. I will do some A/B testing on subject lines depending on the importance of the email. But for a lot of my clients, sometimes, well, I should say a lot of times we've got some level of time sensitivity with it. So we're not able um, to do as much A/B testing as we would like, but I do a lot of A/B testing when I have flexibility and can send things in advance. So, but I think A/B testing is important, especially with subject lines, especially as you're growing. So if you're noticing a decrease, test some new things out. Do some A/B testings on your subject line. Do some A/B testings on offers. Segment your list. Segmentation is so important. Most of my clients, if we have a niche audience, so like one of my clients I send emails for, we have nonprofits, okay, and then we have their for-profit clients. Well, with their nonprofits, we send actionable information for nonprofits. We talk about Giving Tuesday, we talk about planning, we talk about those different things. It's a smaller group. It gets, when we do those emails, like up to 5 times. Actually, I think it was even higher than that. More engagement than the for-profit list does. And I'm talking even like raw numbers, even though the for-profit list is bigger than the nonprofit list. So something to think about. So that segmentation can really help and give you some of that A/B testing information without actually doing A/B testing, if you are on a time crunch, because that always happens. So thank you, Lee, for asking. I love email marketing. Email marketing is my passion. I have loved it since, I'm going to say, I think I fell in love with it around 2009. I liked it before then, but I really fell in love with it around 2009. And then because I was working at a insurance wholesaler, so mid-size, and it was really about staying top of mind with existing customers. That was what was moving the needle in the business. And so email marketing was the number one way to do it. And it was all about being personalized. So I was actually able to send the email from the person at the company that they worked with, and then they could reply to the person that they worked with. So I was actually able to do dynamic content to that level as to who it came from. So it was highly relevant. It kept that underwriter top of mind. And it was probably one of the most effective marketing tools that we had. It's super, super important. So again, I love email marketing. If you have any questions about email marketing, please feel free to let me know and check in. I'd love to hear your email success stories, your email not so success stories. If you're struggling with any of the IT or not sure about how to get started, we're going to be going over a lot of different email stuff pretty much for most of the rest of 2022 in these Thursday lives. My goal is to make sure that I give you the information that you need to be successful with email marketing, because I truly believe it's going to make a huge difference in your business. So thank you, everybody. If there's no other questions, I will let you all go. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day, and do not drink too much green beer if that's in your future, mostly because it doesn't taste very good. But definitely enjoy, and I will see you next Thursday.